Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and to another video. Today we are back to kit lineup videos. You will have seen or you will have noticed that I didn't do any kit lineups for 2024 because I was just so behind and it seemed a little bit redundant. But in 2025, we are going to be back with kit lineup videos. So of course, we are going to start with the month of January, which I am very excited for. I have some super fun kits here. I'm still a little bit uncertain on two of them. So I'm going to get your guys' thoughts. No, I'm not, because I just realized by the time this goes live, I've already done the video. But still, let me know in the comments below what, if anything, you would have changed. But we'll go through that as we sort of go over the kits. So let's go ahead. You can tell that I haven't done voiceovers for you can tell that I haven't done these videos in such a long time because I don't know what I'm saying, for one. And for two, I keep talking like present tense, knowing that these videos are going to be so delayed. Anywho, with that said, let's go ahead and go through each of these kits. I do have some foil here to go through as well, bits and pieces, just some extras that I might use with each of the kits. But before we go ahead and do that, go on and grab yourself a snack, a drink, cozy up, and let's go ahead and go through these kits. Alrighty, so first cab off the rank, this is the kit that I'll be using for the week of December 30th to January 5th, which is of course New Year. I apologize for the drill noises. Of course, I haven't done these videos in such a long time, and the minute that I go to sit down and record with an actual voice in real time, the neighbors want to drill, do repairs. I'm so sorry. I will edit out what I can, but if I don't do this now, I want to film this plan with me. So if I don't do this now, then I can't do the plan with me. So we're just going to try and push through. But this is the New Year's Eve October 2024 mystery kit from Plannerface. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love everything about it. Just the way that it's kind of it looks like almost hot mess, but intentional. You've got the tipped over cups, you've got confetti and glitter everywhere. Just, I don't know, that's probably not the most accurate way to describe it. But I just it's like an on purpose mess, and I really, really love it. I think the color palette is beautiful. It's very unique. Normally I would go for a blue and gold type kit. I've found that over the years, a blue and gold themed New Year's kit is probably my favorite, my go-to. It's kind of where I'm comfortable. So I am a little bit nervous about these colors because obviously in Australia it is summertime and this is giving very autumn. You can see even the socks, very autumnal. And I have this thing about my New Year's spread having to be perfect, and my 2024 one wasn't. So it kind of, I didn't like my planner immediately after my first spread last year. So I don't want to have that feeling this year. So I'm a little bit nervous about the color palette, but I think that once everything is laid down, we add on the foil, I think it will be really, really pretty. So just going to cross our fingers for that because it is such a beautiful kit. Love this box the most because I have a little French bulldog that is essentially predominantly white, but then he has a little brown spot on his butt. He has a little black mask, and then he has little brown markings on the top of his head and his ears. But those are our full boxes. And then we flip on through. This is probably out of order, by the way, because I was pulling stickers last night. We have some extra full boxes, and we've got, of course, some functional bits and pieces. Is that stuck together? No. It feels like it's... No, the paper's just really thick. Never mind. We have our half boxes and quarter boxes. I really wish they would stop drilling. It's driving me mad. We have our appointment labels, our little things, some more boxes, checklists. We have our bottom washi and headers. And then, of course, we get into the extra bits and pieces that come with the mystery. So we've got the extra washi add-on. We have tall box variety here. And I love that the Christmas tree is there because there's just something about... I have my Christmas tree up still currently. So it is currently the 18th of January and my Christmas tree is still up. So the fact that this is a New Year's spread kit with the Christmas tree still there, love that. And then you've got extra bits and pieces here. So you've got the alternate skin and hair tones for these boxes. You have just some extra bits and pieces. Depending on when you want to use this kit, you've got a 2025 box and a 2026 box. We have our box add-ons, so just some more boxes and little things. We have the double box scene here, some scripts, some appointment labels, and some boxes and layering pieces. And then because this is the new format, we have our glitter header sheet, which now has our new weekend banner, our icons, and our deco pieces, which you can see I've pulled from. And then we are back to the start. And then for this one, I'm going to be using, and I hope it turns out, I'm going to be using a mixed, is it called like hollow pixie dust? I don't know, but it's gold and silver. I'm going to be using a gold and silver like mixed metal moment. It's the first time I've done that, but I'm not going to use this one. I've got a whole bunch of bits and pieces here to go through and use. So I've got like from an old format, I've got icons. I have your like rounded icons. I have scripts. I have little icons. I've got the old scripts. I have the food sampler. I have a bottom washi pair. Don't know if you can kind of see like the gold, the silver. A random leftover box. Some more random leftover boxes here. No, we're not going to use any of the birthday stuff. But essentially what I'm trying to do this year and trying to be really mindful of is using up what I have. So I figured before I go ahead and open this, I'm going to pull what I can from this, and then if I need to go into the other one, I'll go into that, but otherwise I'll try and use up as much of this one as I can. But that is the foil that I'm going to be using with this kit, and I'm just really hoping that it works out nicely, which I really think that it will. So again, that is the week of December 30th to the 5th of January. Alrighty, so next up is the week of January 6th to January 12th. And probably to nobody's surprise, we have another Planner Face kit. So this was the 8th anniversary tiered freebies kit. So depending on how much you spent, you got freebies that equated to that amount. So for me, I think I spent the equivalent of £50. So I got those accordingly. So I essentially got a mini kit plus some bits and pieces. And I wanted to use this kit because the week of New Year, my husband and I and my brother and his partner all went to the beach. But because we went on New Year's week, usually I'm really weird. I would usually try and time it so that we went to the beach not during New Year's so that I could use a beach kit for that. But because I wanted to use the New Year's kit, I'm like making a weird little exception for myself this year because I really wanted to use a beach kit. So because we went to the beach during New Year's and I'm using a New Year's kit this week, I think I've said that about 5 times at this point, we are going to use this the week after in lieu of that beach day. So it may not make sense to you, but in my brain, I was like, I really want to use one of my beach kits. And that's how I kind of wanted to make it work. So we didn't go to the beach this particular week, but this is in lieu of having gone the week prior. So here we have the full boxes. I think they're like absolutely stunning. We went to Avalon Beach, which is in the northern beaches of Australia, and it very much, not this walkway, I mean maybe it had one of these walkways somewhere else, but like very much it was so beautiful. It was so crystal clear. I was so incredibly excited. So I thought this was going to be the perfect kit to mark that we went to the beach, even though I'm doing it a week later. Here we have our headers. We have some boxes. We have an extra full box there. We have some more boxes. We have some pre-cut washi. Some glitter headers at the top. Oh, sorry, I didn't spend 50. I spent £75 because this is the £75 freebie. So this is the glitter box. You get your headers and you get some more functionals. You then got this washi sheet if you are part of the Planner Face newsletter. So this was a newsletter freebie. You get the extra washi and a toolbox Fashion Girl. We have our old weekend banner, our icons, and our deco pieces. This was the freebie that everybody got. You best believe I'll be using the doggo. But you've got the 2 extra full boxes, you've got some movie marquees, some like trackers there, and your highlights of the week or day. And then I'm probably not going to incorporate any of this in my actual spread, but you did also get the journaling kit. This was the £30 freebie. You have a bunch of florals there. You have some clip art. And then you've got your like layering pieces here as well. So that is really, really pretty. I, for some reason, didn't bring the foil for this one, but again, it's probably because I'm going to be using a whole bunch of leftovers. But I'm going to be using silver foil with this spread. I think just with the cool tone of the blues, I think silver would probably be the best choice. So that is what I've opted for. Yeah, so that is the kit that I'm using for the week of January 6th to January 12th. Now, next kit I have is for the week of January 13th to January 19th. And it is this beautiful Cafe au Lait kit from Plannerface. This is an old format, as you can probably see straight up by these boxes in the bottom here. Also ignore the fact that I had some sort of a water spillage here. Don't know what that is, but hopefully when I put some overlays on top, you won't be able to see it. But I have loved this kit since I got it. I honestly can't tell you how long I've had it for, because it's one of them that has been sitting in my collection for the longest time, and it keeps getting bumped from my lineup, not because I don't like it, but because something else comes up. And this kit is also one of the ones that I'm unsure of, because this is the week that I went back to work, and I always make a point of trying to use like a back to office, back to work, cafe, coffee type kit for the week I return to work, because I have so many of them. It's just a way to use them up. But again, I'm a little bit uncertain on the color palette, because again, every time I've put this in my lineup, it's been like autumnal or winter, because I just get that vibe from this kit. And the other thing is I have noticed throughout the years, and I could never really pinpoint it until recently, but I just did a spread in my 2024 planner that was a coffee kit that was very similar colors to this. I think the blue was like a mint green, but otherwise the color palette is very similar, and I don't like how it looks. So I'm very, very nervous about this color palette. I don't know whether it's because it's not vibrant or what exactly it is, but there's just something about like browns in a kit that I'm not the biggest fan of. So as of right now, this kit is tentative. Potentially the other option is, and this is like completely contradictory to what I just said, but I may use this one instead, because this is like a very, again, it's kind of like coffee, cafe, but very at home vibes. And because I do work from home, it was like, well, this is kind of a contrast in that, like, we went to a cafe and we had, you know, little cafe food, but it's also at home, and it's also really vibrant. And I feel like in summer, my favorite spreads are those that are really vibrant. So I'm not completely convinced on this kit yet, but we're going to go through it because it's what's in my lineup at the moment. And it would be nice to use it because of how long I've had it for. So these are the full boxes. I am obsessed with this tile pattern. I also love that we've got the But First Coffee and Is It Friday Yet, because that definitely gives the whole like back to work vibes. And as I mentioned, my husband and I did actually go for lunch at a local cafe this week. So it kind of works in terms of like the purpose of using this kit. Here we have, again, this is out of order, but here we have the glitter add-on. Again, this is how you can tell that this kit is super old, because even the headers, the font is a really, really old font. Have your deco pieces here, some bits and bobs, some checklists, your weekend banner. So very, very different from the kits we've seen so far. Glitter headers, little things. We've even got little things headers and some boxes. Checklists, again, another marker of how old this kit is. These icons are very, very old. I do love them though. Very different. Good for color blocking. Then we have the bottom washi. We've got the extra full box here. I don't know how I'm going to convince myself to cut this washi because it is so beautiful, but I think even when I cut it, you'll still get that effect of the tile, which I think is absolutely stunning. Here we have some half boxes and quarter boxes, as you can see here. Again, old format because we actually have the clip art on the boxes. And then I thought that the best option for this kit would be rose gold. I think that the Scribble Prints rose gold is probably my preferred option for this kit, just because it leans pink, and obviously there are pink elements to the kit. So this is the bundle that we have here. Couldn't tell you, I think it's just the standard confetti, but we of course have our full boxes, we have our headers, and of course we have 2 of those to make sure that we can complete the entire spread. We have our bougie boxes, which aren't in order, but we do get 2 of the bougie boxes. So we're just going to shove those to the back and bring this back. We have our bottom washi, which you can kind of see that pinky rose gold color there. Usually I don't use a lot of rose gold, so it's going to be nice to be able to bring in rose gold if I use this kit. Then you've got some alternate header overlays, some Bow Deco, your date dots. You have your super old scripts from Scribble Prints Co., some icons, and then we are back to the start. So that is what I have currently for the week of January 13th to January 19th, which is also the week of my dad's birthday, which is the whole reason that we were actually going out for lunch in the first place, only my dad never came. So there's that. But yeah. Alrighty. And then last but not least, last for this video at least, we have the kit that I'll be using for the week of January 20th to January 26th, which is this beautiful Australia kit from Plannerface. So as of right now, we're a very Plannerface heavy, like entire month of January at this point is Plannerface, which I'm not even mad about. Now, just to preface, I don't celebrate Australia Day one way or the other. To me, it's just another day, and I don't know if that does that sound ignorant? I don't know. It could be, but I don't celebrate either way. I know there's a lot of controversy around Australia Day, but basically when I bought this kit, I bought it because it's Australia and because it's beautiful and the colors are absolutely perfect. But I didn't know when I would use it because my husband and I don't ever go to the city. My husband works in the city, so he works like somewhere over in this cluster of buildings actually, and he can see the Harbour Bridge from his office. But we don't go to the city. And I think part of that is because my husband works in the city, but also just the hustle and bustle, it's not us. The only time we did go to the city recently was when I had a German friend over in September of 2023, August, September, and we did spend, well, he spent at least a lot of time in the city, so it would have been perfect for that, but I've already planned that. And I don't know when we would ever go into the city, or, you know, I think this is like Melbourne. Don't know when we'll go to a zoo or a wildlife park next. I think this is a specific beach. I can't recall what it is, but haven't been. I just think that this is a really beautiful kit, and like the week of Australia Day, again, I know controversial, I know I don't celebrate, but I just figured, when else am I going to use this? So this is what's in my lineup currently. However, this one also may change because this week my husband, I say our, but it's my husband, because my husband and I are godparents to 2 sisters separately. So he's godparent to one, I'm godparent to the second, and his goddaughter's 3rd birthday is this week, and they're going to Pizza Hut and doing like an all-you-can-eat lunch type thing. So this may change to something that's more birthday or something along that line, but we shall see what happens. This is just kind of what I've pulled for now because, again, don't know when I'll use it again. So here we have our full boxes. This is back in the new format. We have some more full boxes. So again, we have that beach scene minus the fashion girl, and then we've of course got the always was, always will be for our Indigenous people. We have a rugby ball, we have some cricket, we've got a little meat pie there, so very Australian box there. We have our rounded box sheet, headers and little things, checklists. We have our beautiful bottom washi and date headers, actual glitter header page, and some more boxes. Then we get into our freebies. I have a frog in my throat and it is driving me mental We have our 15 millimeter, oh my god, washi add-on. We have this absolutely gorgeous Toolbox Fashion Girl, like she's stunning. And then we have our alternate Fashion Girl. So here we've got the alternate hair and skin tones, and then we have this beautiful Indigenous woman here. Then we've got our icons, Weekend Banner and Deco. And then for this kit, I feel like either silver or gold foil could have worked for this one. But because I'm using silver the week, no, I'm not using silver the week before, actually. I'm using rose gold the week before. So technically I can still change to silver, but again, we'll see what happens. For now, however, I have pulled gold foil, which is from Plannerface. I don't know whether it's sparkle or twinkle, but it's very pretty. So here you have your full boxes and your headers. And if, like always, you've got 2 of those. You then have your bougie boxes, and then you have your icons down the bottom here. Again, 2 pages of those. You have the gorgeous bottom washi overlays. You've got some scripts, some date dots, and the Toolbox overlay, which I think is so perfect. I wish Scribble Prints Co. would do that for her toolboxes, because her toolboxes are really, really tall and you can never find foil to fit them. And I don't like cutting my foil. But yeah, that is the foil that I'm going to be using with this kit, provided that I do go ahead and use this kit. And again, that is the kit for the week of January 20th to January 26th. And there you have it, folks. That is my January kit lineup video as it stands on January 18th. 2025. So we will see what happens. It's going to be interesting to see if I actually keep to these 2. I hope I do, because I really like to get this used up, and this is really, really pretty. But these 2 are definitely staying. So let's see what happens at the end of January. It's going to be quite interesting because I like to chop and change, but we'll see. But if you are still here, thank you so, so much for watching. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments below which kit you are most looking forward to seeing laid down as a spread. And yeah, thank you so, so much for watching. It is a new year. I am, of course, on that, let's get 1,000 subscribers this year, try and be consistent, all of that. But again, I feel like I say that every year. For anyone who has been around for a while, you'll know that I say that every year. But we're really going to try and stay consistent. We're really going to try and get that 1,000 subscribers. So to all of you who are here, I appreciate each and every one of you so, so much. Your support is so incredibly invaluable to me, and just thank you. But of course, if you are new here and if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more content, then definitely consider liking and subscribing. But for now, I'm going to let you go, and I will see you all very, very soon for another video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.